In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of some of the major features of JobKatch and show you why it really is the best way to keep organized during your job search. To give you a quick tour of the website, let's go ahead and log into a brand new account. The three main components of JobKatch are job leads, contacts, and events. When we first sign up, we're encouraged to start using the bookmarklet tool to capture jobs. So let me show you how that works. The JobKatch bookmarklet is something you use inside your browser to quickly capture information about jobs you may find on other websites. So let's go ahead and drag up the bookmarklet into our browser. Now you can see I have a JobKatch button in my browser which I can use. Now when we're browsing websites, let's say monster.com, and we find a job we want to catch, we can trigger the JobKatch bookmarklet by clicking that button. This now gives us an interface to start capturing information about the job, starting with job title. Now we're supposed to select the company, which in this case is IBM Corporation, and the location. Now you're going to notice here that location is just a zip code. Well, that's not very descriptive. What I can do, if I happen to know that that zip code is, let's say, in Orlando, Florida, I can enter it manually. And so here I'm going to type in Orlando, Florida. Lastly, I'm prompted to select the description of the job. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. When I'm done selecting the information about the job, I can submit, and this opens up a new window back to JobKatch with a new job lead form already pre-populated with the information that I selected. From here, I can add new information and specify if I've applied for this job. Once I'm done, I can submit the job lead. If JobKatch doesn't immediately recognize the company name, it's going to ask me to confirm it. Once I've done that, I'm brought straight into the job lead tracking page. You'll notice that across the top, it's saying this job lead is now 20% complete, and to increase our chances of landing this job, we can add more contacts. This progress bar encourages job seekers to take all the steps they can to help increase the chances of them getting the job. We can also rank this job to show which ones are more important than others. Over on the left-hand side of the page, we can enter lots of different types of information about this job, so we can keep it all in one place. First of all, we can enter notes about the job. So I just entered a note, and you'll see now at the bottom, the note's listed as "This company has great benefits." On the Add Email tab, I can keep track of all the emails associated with this lead by sending email into JobKatch itself. Let me show you how that might work. So here's an email I got from this job asking if I'm available for a 9 a.m. interview. I'm going to go ahead and reply to this, and in the BCC field, I'm going to go ahead and paste the job lead email address. Once I reply to the email, if I then refresh the job lead page and scroll down, you're going to see that the contents of that email are now listed inside this job lead page. If it's a long email, I might have to click the show button so that I can see the entire contents of this email. So now that I've confirmed the job interview, I might want to go ahead and add an event for it. So I can specify an event title, specify the day, the start time, and the end time. And now I have an event associated with this job lead for the interview. And there it is down on the notes window. I can also upload a file that's specific to this job. For example, if I had some travel information about traveling to the company, I could put that right here. And there it is down in the notes window. And lastly, the most important part of the job lead page are to associate contacts that have to do with these leads. I can add a new contact. I can also add existing contacts that I've already imported into JobKatch, or I can import new contacts using LinkedIn or Gmail. So let's go ahead and import some of my LinkedIn contacts. Obviously, I have to approve this through LinkedIn. Now JobKatch is not only importing my LinkedIn contacts, but it's also checking to see which one of my contacts can help me land this job at IBM. Looks like it's done, and looks like it's found 4 contacts in my LinkedIn networks that can help me get this job at IBM. If I went to look at any of these guys' profiles, I would see that each of them work already at IBM, so these are fantastic people for me to contact through LinkedIn to see if they can help me get the job. To associate these guys with the lead so I can get to them later, I'm going to go ahead and import them into this job lead. There may be other people that aren't suggested contacts that I might want to associate with this job lead, and that's where I can either search for them or click on a letter for their last name. For example, I might want to add my friend Brad to this lead as well. If I click the View button that appears after I add them to the lead, you'll notice I have a page that's dedicated to this contact. Here I can add notes about my communication with Brad. I can also see here that he's already associated with this job lead I added to the system. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, go back to my job lead. Hey, our job lead is now 40% complete because we added some contacts. If I go down to the notes section, you'll see that each of the contacts I added to this lead are listed out. There's also a box on the side of the page that shows me all the contacts I've associated with this lead. If I scroll up, you can see that I can edit these jobs' details if I want to change them, delete the job with the X, but for now, let's go ahead and research this company. We might want to know more about it if we want to get a job there. So if we click the Research Company link, you'll see information about IBM that we pulled down from both ZoomInfo and Jigsaw. This is great company information to know, and not only does it give us company information, but also some key people that work at the company that may help us get the job. If we want to list out all of our contacts across JobKatch, we might hit the Contact tab. There you'll see a listing of all the contacts you've added to JobKatch with the ability to search through all of them, and maybe even add additional contacts through Gmail or LinkedIn. We can also click on the Events tab to list out all the events. There you can see the one event we added for our interview. We can export all of our events to iCal, subscribe to the events, or even export the events into Google Calendar. Now that we've entered some information into JobKatch, let's jump back to the dashboard. Now you can see we have our job lead up at the top. We have 2 of the most recent contacts we've added, as well as our interview in the events window. Now that my research is done on my job at IBM, I might be interested in applying. I can click the Apply Now button to get brought back to the monster.com website where we first learned about this job and apply from there. Thanks for watching this quick tour of JobKatch.com, the best way to keep organized during your job search.